Okay. So welcome. So happy to see you virtually in our live Zoom yoga this Tuesday evening. Welcome. Enjoy the practice tonight. See how much you can feel the community through the Zoom interface, and see how that can help lift you up, even though we're all in our different places. So go ahead and find your comfortable seated position. So it could be a block or a stand-in for a block, or a bolster or a rolled up towel, just to get hips up higher than knees. Once you find that comfortable seated position, and it can be anything that calls to you. It doesn't need to be Sukhasana, easy seated pose. It could be child's pose or corpse pose, as we would lie in Shavasana, whatever is going to help you feel the most grounded. So find your comfortable position, and then go ahead and close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Fill all the way up past your collarbones. You might hold it at the top, give a nice long exhale, maybe open mouth, excuse me, maybe open mouth exhale. Take several of these big, huge breaths, seeing if you can fill up from low belly past the collarbones. Hold it at the top, drink in a bit more, and then open mouth or long sighing out exhale. And just see how much with each of these next several rounds of breath, see how much you can release. See how much of that sense of letting go that which does not serve you is able to come with each breath. Letting go that which does not serve you. Several rounds. And after you have several rounds of that long, deep breathing, allow the breath to settle so that it's that natural way of breathing, that sense of the breath is just breathing you. And as you let that breath settle, really feel the breath as if you've never felt it before. So how does it feel when it comes in through your nostrils? And how does it feel when it comes out? Just notice. And as you continue to breathe, just noticing breath, noticing sensation of breath. I'll tell you a little bit about tonight's practice and the theme we're working with. So we've been working the last couple of practices with the idea of recognizing and allowing. Okay? So recognizing what's going on inside and allowing it to be just as it is. Okay? So recognizing feelings, recognizing thoughts, and just allowing them to be with non-judgment. So for today's class, we'll add on to that the idea of adding in self-compassion in the form of positive self-talk. So when we add in self-compassion, we actually allow our brain to go from the old brain, reactive, to the newer brain, where we have our executive functioning, and we can point our thoughts and feelings more towards the way that we want to go. So positive self-talk could be as simple as, I've got this. Maybe it's the word yes. So go ahead and bring hands to heart space. Press thumbs into breastbone. Close your eyes. Of course, if you're in child's pose or corpse pose, just find the grounded position. Maybe bring hands from child's pose over the back of your head, or in corpse, just hands to heart space. And I invite you to consider an intention for today's practice. And it could be that idea of positive self-talk. It could be adding on, recognizing and allowing and adding the positive self-talk. Whatever calls to you, It might help you on the mat for the next 55 minutes or so, or it could also help you through your evening and the week ahead. Just allow that to become your intention. And take several breaths, several big rounds of breath to let that intention move through your body. Really feel the intention as a physical sensation as you breathe. And then we'll share intention by allowing the breath to fill us up with intention, and then with our next round of breath, giving it a nice open mouth exhale to send it out to the universe. So with your exhale, empty out. With your inhale, fill all the way up. See how deeply you can drink in. Hold it at the top. Feel your intention. Then open mouth exhale, let it go. Good. And then with your next round of breath or so, go ahead and allow hands to come back down. Blink eyes open. And then nice and slowly find your way to your tabletop position. Move your props aside. Let the block be where you want it, near the top of the mat or your stand-in for the block. And then find your way into your tabletop position. And when you're getting into that tabletop position, just see your wrist creases square to the top of the mat. See the fingers point to the top of the mat, shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. And then with your inhale, take it up into cow pose, let the belly button drop, pelvis tilts forward, shoulder blades lift the heart. With your exhale, send it back, reach through the arms, spread through the shoulder blades, tuck the chin, belly button in and up. And then move through with your breath. Inhales take you to cow pose. Exhales take you back cat. Your pace. See what you need. And then when you're ready, allow some side to side movement to come in. I want to get into the outer hips, low waist, especially that tight spot that most of us have right around the hip point and the side of the glutes. So work into the tight spots and take your time. A couple more rounds. After the next round, come on back, find your tabletop that is. And with your next exhale, come on over the toes, press the arms long, reach back, find your down dog. And once you're in your down dog, reach the arms long, peek forward, see that the fingers are pointing to the top of the mat. Feel your knuckles, all of them, press down, base of the palm presses down, and then reach the arms long, send the spine long, send the hips up and back, knees as bent as they need to be, and breathe. Once you get a couple breaths in, allow your head to shake, yes and no, and then go ahead and find some movement in your legs. So pedaling out, maybe even a little bit of side to side, especially if you found that your hips were tight in that kind of 3D cat-cow. Go ahead and take some pedaling out and side to side motion for the next several rounds of breath. As you move, really focus in on the breath. And if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, start to bring it in. It's that little constriction in the back of the throat. And that helps make your breath audible so you remember to breathe, and it slows it down. And that helps actually build a little bit of heat because we're keeping the warmth of the breath in our bodies a little bit longer. Another round of breath. Find stillness in this round of breath. Big inhale. And with your next exhale, go ahead and drop the knees down, find your tabletop once again, and then with your inhale, sweep the right arm up, revolve around your spine, a couple wrist circles, and then with your exhale, thread it through, reach the right arm away as you drop the right shoulder down, pressing the left hand, open the top shoulder over the bottom, revolve around the spine. And then feel where that right shoulder wants to be before you really settle in. If you're tight, bring it over in front of the left knee, or if you're more open, in front of the right. But find that place where it works for you to just stay and breathe for a couple rounds of breath. Continue to feel that revolving around the spine. One more big round of breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next inhale, unwind, sweep it up, reach tall. Hop through the right side body. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm, sweep it up, reach tall, revolve around the spine. Take your wrist circles on this side. And then when you're ready, thread through. Drop the left shoulder, press into the right hand, open up right shoulder over left. Revolve around the spine, feel where you want that left shoulder so you can get it as close to the earth or down on the earth as possible. Then notice where your heels are. See if you can get those heels in alignment with the backs of the knees. Couple rounds of breath, breathe right into that tight spot. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next round of breath, reverse it out nice and slowly. Unthreading, reaching up, puff through that left side body, big inhale. Exhale, bring it on down, tabletop. Big round of breath in tabletop. And then with your next round of breath, inhale, right arm, left leg, send them long, reach long. Next inhale, bring them up a little bit higher. Start to feel that left low back and left upper glute and left hamstring work. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring it down. Second side, inhale, left arm, right leg, nice and long. Inhale, everything up a bit higher. See if you can point the right toes to the earth. And then see if you can get that right leg up a touch higher. Feel the low back, glute, upper hamstring work. Big inhale, exhale it down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. This time we're going to curl it in. Elbow to knee, chin tucks, belly button in and up. Hover in the curl, reach through the left arm. See if you can round the back, tuck tighter. Inhale, reach long. Stay. Inhale, everything up nice and high. Exhale it down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale, everything high. Exhale, curl it in. Elbow to knee, chin tucks, reach the arm, belly button in and up. Tuck a little bit more, hover still. Inhale, reach long, stay. Next inhale, everything nice and high. Exhale, bring it down. Just the legs this time. Inhale, fire hydrant that right leg, flex through the foot so you can get the ankle and the knee the same height. Couple circles each direction. We're going to warm up that outer hip. We want to use those outer glute muscles to support ourselves in our standing balance poses today. Couple circles each direction. One more big round of breath. And then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left leg, fire hydrant, knee, elbow, same knee, and the ankle, same height. There we go. And then take a couple circles each direction. Another round of breath worth. And then exhale it down. Tabletop. Hips and knees stay in alignment. Walk the arms out as far as they'll go without moving the hips forward. Coming into Anahatasana. See if the forehead can come to earth. If it doesn't reach, grab your block here, stand in for your block. Support your forehead. If it does reach and you're feeling pretty good, maybe you can drop the chin down. And then 2-3 breaths here. Reach the arms long, send the hips back. Feel like you can receive from the earth below you. What do you need? See if you can receive it. Next round of breath. Walk the hands in. Tabletop once again. Inhale and tabletop. Exhale. Send it back. Down dog. Big round of breath. With your next exhale, look forward, bend your knees, big step. Come into that temporary forward fold at the top of your mat. Then inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches to the top of the mat, tailbone to the back. Have hands somewhere to support your low back. With your exhale, crouch and curl it down. Belly button comes in, chin tucks round through the back. Press weight into the hands. Hands are a little wider than the knees, in front of the knees. Exhale, become a tiny little ball. Inhale, reverse it up, ragdoll, super slow. Arms hang, knees stay soft. Stack one vertebra on top of the next. Once shoulders are over the hips, knees can be a little more straight. And then reach it up, sweep tall. Look up, interlace, tuck the chin, send the arms parallel to the earth. Knuckles reach away, spread through the shoulder blades. Belly button in and up. Feel that stretch in the upper back. And then with your next inhale, goalpost arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart space. Root through the legs. If you're feeling good in the low back, sweep the arms up, reach wide, feel like you can receive the goodness from the beautiful sky above. And then with your exhale, palms together, elbows squeeze to the midline, hinge right at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Hover in plank, one breath. As you hover in plank, see those inner elbows. See if you can turn them a little bit closer so they're pointed to the top of the mat. And then drop the knees, and then send it down. Chin hits next, butt stays in the air. You're in inchworm asana. And then shoot the legs back as you zip them up. Then press the tops of the feet down, hover the hands, baby cobra, use the low back. If you'd like, 2 or 3 breaths with the hands off the earth to challenge the low back. Another round of breath. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next round of breath, plant the hands, come on back. As you exhale into your down dog, reach the arms long, big round of breath, big inhale, big exhale. With your next exhale, bend knees, step forward, temporary forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. In your forward fold, make sure hands are connected somewhere. Shins, tops of the feet are the floor. That helps support the low back. And then go ahead and pedal out here. Give the hamstrings the stretch they need. If you'd like to do a little side to side, you can walk the hands side to side, keep the knees soft. Or grab opposite elbows, belly button into the back of the spine to support the low back, and take a couple sways side to side, making sure the knees are nice and soft. Next breath, find stillness. Engage that low core, belly button in and up. With your next inhale, reverse swan dive it up. Reach tall. Take a little back bend. You can join the hands, look up. With your exhale, forward fold, hinge right at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. I'm going to guide through chaturanga this time. If you'd like to take 8-point pose to baby cobra as we did last time, please do. In chaturanga, externally rotate those inner elbows and then come down halfway. Elbows, shoulders, same height. Flip to the tops of the feet. Inhale, up dog. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart space. Look up. When you're ready to exhale, take it back. Find your down dog. Once you're back in down dog, full round of breath. Big inhale, big exhale. We'll take this same one breath, one movement. So with your next exhale, bend knees, look forward, big step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Use that low core strength to protect the low back. So belly button in and up, and then with your next inhale, reverse swan dive it up, reach tall. Little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, forward fold, hinge right at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Once you're in plank, decide where you want to go. You can go 8-point pose, which I'll guide through, or chaturanga to up dog. For 8-point pose, drop the knees, externally rotate those inner elbows, dive it down, chin hits, butt stays in the air. Then scooch those legs long, zip them up, tops of the feet, press down. Inhale, baby cobra, one breath. Exhale, come over the toes, send it back. Find your down dog. Big round of breath in down dog. Big inhale, big exhale. So I'll be cueing some leg lifts as we continue our flow. Leg lifts are optional, of course. If you wish to take them, please do. If not, you can always go right through the lunge. With your inhale, sweep that right leg way high, square the hips. Stay. See if you can isolate the work in the upper hamstring, so you can get that right leg up a touch higher. Then exhale, nice and slow, send it through, find lunge. Take a big round of breath in lunge. Feel so much length in your body. Left heel back, right shin feels like it wants to go forward. And then with your exhale, drop the left knee, come tall, interlace behind the right knee. Find that hip flexor stretch, just a couple breaths here. See if you can find that stretch from the mid thigh up to the hip point. Big breath, big inhale, Big exhale. With your next exhale, drop the hands, tent the fingers, bring the hips a touch more forward, see where that moves the stretch. And then exhale back, half Hanumanasana, just for breath. We're going to take this dynamically a couple times and then settle in. With your next inhale, come back forward, hands frame the foot, bring the hips forward, find the stretch. Exhale, send it back, half Hanumanasana. One breath here. Inhale, bring it back, frame the foot, hips come forward, find that stretch. Exhale, bring it back. This time we're going to stay in half Hanumanasana for a couple rounds of breath. Several rounds of breath so you can settle in. Feel the heel like it wants to root down, and then sense like you're going to drag that heel back. Then flex the right foot. Feel like both hip creases want to send you back in space. Find the hamstring stretch. With your next inhale, back off a little bit. And then as you exhale, drape over the thigh and see where you want to take the stretch. We're early in the practice, of course, so be very gentle. One more breath. With your next inhale, plant that right foot, reframe hands around the foot, send back, find plank. If at any time through practice you want to go right back to down dog instead of vinyasa, please do. Otherwise, vinyasa through. I'll guide through chaturanga this time. With your inhale, externally rotate inner elbows, come down halfway, elbows, shoulders, same height, flip to the tops of the feet. Inhale, arms go long, shoulder blades lift the heart, big inhale, exhale, send back. Down dog. Round of breath. Next inhale, sweep that left leg way up. Square the hips, see if you can find the work in the upper hamstring, bring it up a little higher. And then nice and slowly exhale, sweep through. Find lunge. Round of breath, feel so much length in your body. Left shin, like it's gonna move forward. Right heel, like it's gonna move back. Big inhale. And exhale, drop the right knee. Come tall torso. Interlace behind the left knee, that is. And then a couple rounds of breath here. Find that stretch. Mid-right quad up to the hip point. And then with your exhale, drop the hands down to frame the foot. Send both hips back. Feel like the hip creases are going to send you back farther. Root the ankle and heel down. Then inhale, back, forward, frame the foot. Send the hips forward, tailbone down, find the stretch. Two more times. Exhale, hip creases bring you back. Flex the foot, one breath here, find the hamstring stretch. Inhale, bring it forward, hips forward, tailbone down, find the stretch. Big inhale, exhale, send it back, half Hanumanasana. Stay. Feel like the left heel is rooting down, you want to hug it back, flex through that left foot, hip creases like they're going to bring you back. See if you can find the stretch from the upper hamstring down to the low calf. Couple rounds of breath here. And then with your next inhale, allow that inhale to help you back off. Allow the exhale to help you fold. Maybe a little deeper, maybe not. 2 breaths here. Then with the next round of breath, flatten the left foot, frame the foot with hands, send back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. From your exhale, take it down your way, nice and slowly. So 8-point pose, knees, chest, chin, to baby cobra, or chaturanga to up dog. Let the up dog or baby cobra fill you up with inhale before you exhale to send back. Send back, reach arms long, big round of breath. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next inhale, sweep that right leg way up and high. This time, bend at the knee. Feel like you could place the right foot, like you could step flat on the ceiling or the sky above you. And then take 3 bent knee leg lifts. High to highest, maybe 6. And then when you're ready, straighten that right leg way up and high. Exhale, sweep through, find lunge. Feel your lunge. Root that right foot down, left ball of foot down. Hug both feet like they want to come into the midline. And then feel both hip points, feel like they could squeeze to the center line. And then with your inhale, take it up, crescent pose. Feel that left hip flexor, see if you can find the stretch there. Breathe here, big inhale, big exhale. With your next exhale, sweep the arms through, 45-degree torso, pinkies up to the sky, squeeze the shoulder blades into the midline. And then with your next inhale, step in or launch in to one leg Tadasana. Find your balance. Feel that right ball of foot, right heel, root down. Find your focal point. Next exhale, super slowly, send it back. 45-degree crescent. Torso's 45 degrees. Root down, inhale, sweep the arms up, reach tall, look up. Exhale, send it down. Come back to plank. Inhale at plank, yogi's choice. Go right back to down dog or vinyasa through. If you're good at chaturanga, remember, come down halfway, elbows, shoulders, same height. Then flip to the tops of the feet. Then inhale to baby cobra. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next inhale, sweep that left leg way, way high. Once you get it up, bend it at the knee. Feel like that left foot can step on the ceiling, and then take those 3 high to highest leg lifts. Feel the work. Maybe you're gonna take 6, and then you're gonna reach that left leg after your 3 or 6 long, and then send it through. We'll meet up in lunge pose. 10th the fingers, so you're up a little bit higher, and then root the legs down, hug the hip points in the midline, and then inhale up. Crescent pose. Square the hips so you can feel that stretch in the right hip flexor. Breath here to stay. Big inhale. With your exhale, sweep the arms through, 45-degree torso. Feel those hip point areas hugging to the midline. And then with your inhale, find your focal point, step it in, launch it in, one leg Tadasana. Root down to rise up. And then with your exhale, come on back. Slowly as you can. Coming back into your 45-degree torso, crescent pose. Pinkies lift a little higher, shoulder blade squeeze. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, bring it down. Frame the foot, send it back. Plank pose. Inhale, plank. Bring it down your way. Knees, chest, and chin to baby cobra or chaturanga to up dog. Letting the breath lead your movements. So inhale fills you up in chatur and up dog or baby cobra. Exhale sends you back in your down dog. Good. Breathe here. We'll take 3 big rounds of breath. So let the inhales fill you up. Let the exhales empty you out. And then we'll take this next breath together. Nice big cleansing breath. So empty out. Fill all the way up, low to high. Hold it. See if you can drink in a touch more. And then open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Be loud. Good. With your next inhale, sweep that right leg way, way high. Square the hips. See if you can send it up a bit higher. And then with your exhale, send through. Find lunge. Once you have lunge, send that left heel like it wants to go to the back of the mat. Root the right foot down. Feel so much length in your lunge pose. One more breath here. And then we're going to spin down that back heel. Find heel to arch alignment. You can draw that imaginary line from the front heel to the middle of the back foot. And then look at your left big toe. See if it's pointed up the mat about 30 degrees. If you need, kick the back heel out a little bit farther. And then with your inhale, take it up to warrior 2. Torso aligned with the long side of the mat. And then check that front knee. You want the front knee in the same direction as the middle fingers, as the middle toes. And then if you need to, grab the thigh with your fingers and open up, externally rotating that quad to bring the knee in alignment. Once you're ready, float the arms up. Feel the tailbone like it wants to root down. Feel the spine like it wants to rise up. 2 or 3 more breaths here. We want to really fire up that quad. Start to feel it. Recognize the sensation and allow it. Just feel it with non-judgment. With your next inhale, keeping nice and low, reverse warrior. Palm up on the left back of the leg, left leg if you usually put weight in that. So no weight in the back hand. Pop through the right side body. Then with your next inhale, coming back, warrior 2, and then slide it in, extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, reach the left arm long over the left side of your face. So you're one long line. Feel so much length. One more breath here. Then with your next inhale, core strength brings you back up to warrior two. We're going to come into half moon. So if you'd like to grab your block and place it about 6 inches in front of your foot and a little bit to the right, so it's in the right place, or just hold on to it, that's fine. And then with your next inhale, step in or launch in, coming into your half moon. Root through that whole left leg. Root down, rise up. Send the left leg so long, straight out from the hip point. Flex the foot. If you're feeling good, lift that left arm up. Otherwise, hand can be to hip. Right hand is beneath the right shoulder. 3 more breaths. Really work your edge here. Maybe you're going to look up. And with your next round of breath, super slowly, bend through the right knee. Bring it back. Warrior two. Come nice and deep. Big inhale. And with your exhale, windmill it down. Find your plank. Inhale, plank. Yogi's choice, back to down dog or vinyasa through your way. Let the inhale help your chest expand and lift. Exhale takes you back. Reach long. Big rounding breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next inhale, float the left leg way, way high. Nice and slowly send it through. Find lunge. Couple breaths in lunge just to feel the length. You want a bit of an up dog chest. So drop the tailbone, let the shoulder blades lift the heart a bit, and then with your next exhale, spin down back heel. Find that heel to arch alignment. See it. See where the big toe is. Kick the back heel out of as needed. And then with your inhale, root down, send up. Warrior two. Feel that tailbone like it wants to root down. Feel the crown of the head like it wants to reach up. Make sure the left knee is in the same direction as middle toes. Float the arms. Reach them away. Gaze over the middle fingers, left hand. 1 more breath. Let's do 2 more breaths. Colo. Feel that quad. With your next inhale, reverse warrior. So long through both sides of the body. Right palm up on the back of the leg. 1 more breath. With your next inhale, back through warrior two. Send it forward, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm over the right side of the face. Reach long all the way through the outer edge of the back foot. See if you can send that left sitting bone under as you open up top hip. Breathe here. With your next inhale, bring it back up, warrior two. From your warrior two, grab your block as needed. When you are ready, step in or launch in, finding your way to your half moon. Once you are in your half moon, so you can stack that top hip over bottom. Reach that right leg super long. Root down through the standing leg. Maybe float the right arm. Maybe take the gaze up. Positive self-talk here. You got this. 2 more breaths. Take the gaze down. See how slowly you can bring it back to warrior two. Settle in. Round of breath. Big inhale. And with your exhale, windmill it down. Find your plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, take it down your way. Nice and slowly. Vinyasa through. Or, of course, go right back to down dog. Let the breath lead you. Once you get back to your down dog, 3 big breaths. Let the breath empty you out. Let the inhales fill you up low to high. And then after this next breath, once again, we'll take group breath, sharing it out. So with your exhale, empty. With your inhale, fill all the way up. Hold it at the top, see if you can drink a touch more in. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. With your next inhale, sweep the right leg way, way high. With your exhale, send through, find lunge. Root down through the right foot, send energy through the left heel. Once again, back up, crescent pose, reach tall. We're going to come into airplane from our crescent. So we can step in or launch in, rooting down through the standing leg. See if you can bring that left hip point towards the earth, arms alongside. See if you can bring the left toes towards the earth. Then so long through the torso, core is strong. 2 more breaths. So you can get the left leg up a touch higher, last breath. And then nice and slowly, see how slow you can come back, find your way back into crescent, reach the arms. Big inhale to look up. With your exhale, take it down, frame the foot, send back, plank pose. Your choice. Inhale, plank, maybe going right back to down dog, maybe vinyasaing through. Nice and slowly work with the breath. Once you're back in your down dog, one round of breath, and then we'll take the second side. So with your inhale, sweep that left leg way, way high. With your exhale, send through, find lunge, root it down, and then with your inhale, rise up, back to crescent. Find stability in crescent, and then as you are ready, step it in or launch it in to your airplane. Feel that left hip point come into the center so you can really fire up both glutes so you can get that right hip point towards the earth, flex through the back heel. So strong through the torso. Maybe the right leg can come up a touch higher. 2 more breaths, work to your edge. With your next round of breath, bend through that left knee, step it back, land, readjust as you need to, sweep the arms up, look up, big inhale, exhale brings you down, send back, inhale, plank, exhale, bring it down or come right back to your down dog, inhale, shine through, lift the heart space, chin comes up, exhale, send it back, find your down dog. Big inhale, big exhale. Let it go. Let's take this next round of breath together. Empty all the way out. With your inhale, fill up low to high, all the way to the collarbones. Drink a little bit more in, and then open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Good. With your next exhale, bend knees, look forward, big step to the top of the mat. Coming into your halfway lift. Long spine, exhale, release, forward fold. Engage that low core with your next inhale, sweep it up, reach up, take a little back bend, and then come Samastitihi, hands to heart space. Close your eyes. Couple rounds of breath here, just feel. So we're working with balance a lot in this practice, and one of the reasons that balance is so great to work with is that it really does kind of bring a lot of stuff up. So just take a few moments here in Samastitihi to just feel what's come up. Feel how your body is from the inside out. What do you notice? You bring non-judgment. And then blink, eyes open, arms alongside. And now we bring that idea of recognize and allow into our next balance pose, and to see what happens if you really bring some of that positive self-talk in. So we're going to come into tree pose, and this is a pose that you can take really so that you can allow it to be what you need. And we'll walk through each of the steps. So root the left leg down. Feel the ball of the foot and the heel root down. Bring the right knee open. Bring the heel to the inner shin. So toes are on the ground. Maybe you're going to stay right here. That's fine. Maybe you'll come hands to heart space. Or you can bring the heel up so it's just beneath the knee. Or grab it and then send that heel all the way up to the top of the groin. Press the inner thigh into the foot, foot into inner thigh. And then maybe float hands. Yogi's choice. If you're feeling pretty locked in, you're looking at that focal point, then let the arms come up nice and high. Root down, rise up. If you're feeling pretty locked in here and you want to challenge yourself some more, look up. If you want, you can sway those limbs, or you can bring the right arm to the thigh and arch that left side body. Yogi's choice. 1 or 2 more breaths. And then with your next inhale, reverse it out and settle back into Tadasana, shaking out what needs shaking. Good. One round of breath in Tadasana. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Second side. Root that right foot down. Feel the ball of the foot. Heel, root down. Send that left knee open. Start here. Elbow. Heel to inner shin. Toes to the earth. If you're wobbly, stay here. Maybe bring your hands to heart space. Or find the position that calls to you on the second side. It could be heel beneath the knee, or bringing it all the way up. If you're bringing it up, inner thigh into foot, foot into inner thigh. Good. Maybe hands come to heart space. Maybe they reach up nice and tall. Root down to rise up. Feel the ball of foot, feel the heel. Maybe you'll sway the arms. Maybe you'll look up and sway the arms. Maybe you'll take that arching it over and wobble a little bit, which is great. Just 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, reverse it out. Send the knee to the front, send it down, arms alongside, shake it out. What needs shaking? And then once again, hands to heart space, Samastitihi, close eyes. Just feel, notice, a couple rounds of breath. If you were able to bring that positive self-talk when you maybe started to wobble, how'd that feel? One more big round of breath. Then blink, eyes open, arms alongside, Tadasana. And then with your next inhale, sweep the arms up, reach tall, look up. With your exhale, palms together, elbows squeeze together, hinge right at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Of course, if you want to go right to down dog, please do. Otherwise, vinyasa through. Inhale to shine. Exhale, send it back. We're going to move into pigeon. So with your next inhale, sweep the right leg up. We're going to take a hip opener first. So stack top hip over bottom, knee to sky. So you can get that right shoulder a little bit more back in space. And then square the hips, send the right leg a little higher still, and then exhale. Send through half pigeon. So you want that knee outside of the mat, just behind the wrist. Back foot is long, right out of the hip socket. And then we're going to take a little pigeon heart opener. So walk the hands back, square the hips, shoulder blades squeeze together, lift the heart space, long spine, big inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward and settle in. If you have a block, you can have the block under your forehead or stacked fists. Flex the right foot, send the right hip crease back if that works for you. See how much you can square the hips and get that stretch in the outer thigh, outer glutes. About 5 rounds of breath here, so really feel like you can settle in and bring breath right into the tight spots. Several rounds. And then with your next round of breath or so, begin to unwind, reversing out. Coming back to your 3-point down dog, sending the right leg nice and long, pump it in and out a couple times, maybe another hip opener. Just work out the kinks and settle it back down, down dog. Big round of breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next inhale, sweep that left leg way high. We're going to take the hip opener, stack hips, knee to sky, square the shoulders, open it up, and then as you're ready, re-square the hips, send through, find pigeon. Second side. Right leg goes long, top of the foot presses down, or if it feels better, curl the toes under and have the heel right over the ball of the foot. Once again, heart opener, pigeon, heart opener. Walk the hands back, shoulder blades lift the heart space, look up, big breath. Exhale, long spine, come on down. Find where you can go. Knee towards the outside edge of the mat. Square the hips, flex the left foot. Handful of breaths here. Finding the tight spot in the outer hip. Breathe right to it. And then nice and slowly we'll unwind. Hands on the shoulders. Let the left leg come on out. Come back to your 3-point down dog. And then pump it in and out a few times. Maybe another hip opener. See what you need. And then settle it back down, down dog. Allow this down dog to be a full, huge body stretch. Reach the arms long, hips up and back. Weight into the balls of the feet. Melt the heels to where they can go towards the earth. Couple rounds of breath here. With your next exhale, bend knees, look forward, walk it all the way through. Come on back, supine position. We'll get ready for bridge pose. So plant both feet down, hip distance apart. Fingers barely can brush the backs of the heels. Arms alongside. We're going to come in a little bit of a dynamic way to start. So with your exhale, root everything down, press through the feet, lift the hips. Engage the glutes, let the glutes lift the hip points a bit higher. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Flatten the lumbar spine. Inhale, lift up. Glute squeeze, lift higher. Press through the feet. Exhale, bring it down. Flatten out, ground down. Inhale, this time we'll stay. So lift up nice and high. Glutes help lift the hip points. Root the feet down. Feel energy like it can go from the hip points out the knees. And then go ahead and tuck one shoulder under at a time. Interlace the hands. Send those knuckles like they want to go between the feet. And then a couple breaths here. Keep lifting up higher. And see if you can get the chest a touch closer to the chin. Ground the back of the head gently into the earth. 2 more breaths. Lift higher still. And as you're ready, exhale. Reverse it out. Untuck, interlace. Bring it all the way down. Flatten that low back against the earth. Hug the knees in. Get a little stretch. Couple rounds of breath here. And then yogi's choice. You can take legs up the wall, sending the legs up, hanging out here with flexed feet. Or if you'd like, you can take plow pose. Arms alongside, float the knees up over the torso and head. Send the legs long. Squeeze the shoulder blades in to help protect that cervical spine. If you're going to be in pike position with the legs and feet floating, support the lower back. If you're going to bring it down so the toes can touch the earth, arms stay alongside, or tops of feet can press down. A couple rounds of breath, get a full back body stretch. If you'd like, you can move to shoulder stand. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed to the midline to protect the cervical spine. Hands to the back, one leg up at a time. Barbie feet, spread through the toes. Feel like the quads want to move towards the top of your mat where your head is. Feel like your shins want to move to the bottom of the mat. And then see if you can become one strong, long line from low torso through the balls of the feet. If there's any pressure in the cervical spine, come right out. If this feels good, couple rounds of breath. And then with the next round of breath or so, we're going to come out nice and slowly. You can bring arms down alongside, knees to the forehead if that feels good, or maybe even bring the knees and hug into the ears. Ear pinning pose. With your next exhale, slowly roll down each spine till it's all of your spine is flat to the earth, at least your upper spine. And then bring the legs down. Point the toes strongly. Bring the thumbs under the tops of the hamstrings, low butt. Forearms press down. Let the shoulder blades lift the heart. And then come on into fish pose. Point the toes strongly. Shoulder blades lift the heart. Crown of the head like it wants to reach to the floor. A couple breaths here. You can open your mouth. Let a nice big stretch come in the throat. And then with your exhale, tuck the chin, come all the way down, arms alongside. Relax, couple breaths here. And then as you're ready, once again, float the knees up over the torso, bring the arms alongside at a T, and then using your core strength, let the knees float over to the right as your gaze goes to the left. Bring that top hand so it can press on the top knee if you want a little bit more, or if that bottom knee is off the ground, bring the right fist underneath it to support it. A couple rounds of breath. Give yourself the supine stretch that you need. With your next inhale, core strength brings those knees back up. Send the arms out of the T if they were moved. And then, nice and slowly, knees to the left, gaze to the right. If the bottom knee is up, support it with the fist, or you can press top knee down as you isometrically want to send that right hip point away from the knees. Couple rounds of breath here. With your next inhale, core strength, float the knees back up. We'll come into happy baby. Grab the outside edge of the feet. You might start with the feet like they're going to press up to the sky. Lumbar spine connected to the earth, and then you can give a little side to side motion here so that you can get a kind of a weight-bearing massage on that pelvis. Often it's very tight where the spine has connective tissue coming into the pelvis. And then find stillness. If you want a low back stretch, let the low back roll off. Feel like the knees can come to the outer underarms, and then kick into the hands as you press back into the feet. A couple rounds of breath here. If you want more of a groin stretch, send the legs a little wider. If you want more of a hamstring stretch, send the legs a little longer. With your next exhale, release. Come into a teeny tiny little ball. Wrap up. Forearms press into shins. If you can, grab opposite elbows. So you can bring the chin up to or between the knees. Exhale, become a tinier little ball still. And then with your inhale, release. Full long body stretch. Reach the arms long. Point the toes. With your next inhale, flex the feet strongly. You can even lift the low back off the earth and get a low belly stretch. Big inhale. And with your exhale, bring the arms alongside. And as we prepare for Shavasana, if you have a sweater or sweatshirt and want to cover up so that you can stay warm and comfortable, please do. If you find that when you are in Shavasana, your lower back gets cranky and you have a bolster or a towel, just put it under your knees to give yourself that support. And then once you are settled in, then you can even take time if you're inside to turn off a light. And then once you're settled in, find stillness. And just as we did at the start of practice, big breaths. So empty all the way out, and then with your inhale, fill all the way up. So if you can fill up past the collarbones, hold it at the top, drink a little bit more in, and then open mouth exhale, let it go. Take 2 or 3 more of those on your own. So big inhales to fill up. Drink it in, hold it, sighing out or open mouth exhale to let go. When you have enough of those big exhales, let the breath settle and allow the breath to just simply come naturally. As the breath comes naturally, really feel like as you inhale, you are bringing all that is good. And it might be in the form of positive words. It might be in the form of just feeling the breath as healing. So feel as if you can bring all that is good in on the inhales. And see if you can feel that on the exhales, you're letting that sense of healing move through your whole body. So several rounds, just like that. Big inhales, filling up with all that is good. Big exhales, letting that warmth, glowy, healing breath send through your whole body. Couple more rounds, just like that. And see if you can maintain that sense of kind of that nice healing, glowiness, warmth in your body. And we'll scan through just to see if we can find any more tight spots that we can let go just a little bit more in. So bring focus to low belly and see if you can let that low belly just float a touch more away from the spine. It's almost like you're going to just let that belly relax out, kind of distend it even a little bit. And as you do that, bring attention to the pelvic floor and see if that release of the low belly can help you release the pelvic floor. Allow attention to move upward, low back, mid back, ribs, mid chest, upper back, between the shoulder blades. Take a big inhale. See if all at once you can let the chest and back go. See if you can feel more space between the breastbone and the spine. Notice where the tongue is. If the tongue is connected to the roof of the mouth, especially the back of the tongue, let that back of the tongue release. As you do so, feel the shoulders relax. You might connect the tip of the tongue back to the roof of the mouth. And then scan through, starting with the hinge of the jaw. Let the hinge of the jaw go, let the teeth relax just a little bit away from each other as the lips stay sealed. Move attention through the muscles that support the cheeks, support the eyes, forehead, temple, crown of head, back of head, even that place where the skull meets the cervical spine. And see if you can let go in all of those areas at once. And then bring attention back to sensation of breath. And as you focus on that sensation of breath, let your awareness be open so that when thoughts come in, you can notice them. And just send them on their way. Return to focus of breath and relax. As we slowly begin to transition from Shavasana, I invite you to place the left hand over your heart space, the right hand presses down on top of the left. Just notice that feedback. You might bring that positive word or kind of healing breath right into the heart space beneath your palms, a couple rounds of breath. And then as you're ready, allow some of the small movements to come in. So wrist circles, and take the ear towards the shoulder and give yourself a shoulder stretch, neck stretch. So as the ear goes to one shoulder, you can ground the other shoulder down. One more big, huge round of breath in Shavasana, big inhale, long exhale. With your next exhale, go ahead and roll to your right. Allow the forearm to support your head, come into that nice fetal position. And take a few moments in this nice fetal position to really feel the effects of your practice. And then nice and slowly make your way to your comfortable seated position. Seeing if you can get there with your eyes closed, and once you find it, bring hands to heart space. Once again, bring your intention to mind. Breathe it through. And I'm going to invite you to share in a round of Om with me. So your mic is off. You can kind of just let loose, see how it feels. So with your exhale, empty out. With your inhale, fill all the way up. Thank you. Thank you so much for practicing together in our virtual community. The inner spirit in me sees and honors the inner spirit in each of you. Namaste.